Okay, so we'll do one more example, and then we'll kind of do some closing remarks. Or just we'll talk about this last little part here. So we actually kind of jumped the gun a little bit with the previous example, and we already kind of discussed this, but let's kind of look at it in a more formal setting. So what the technique that we use was in college algebra. We have something called the in-graph behavior of polynomial functions. Okay, so one of the first things, so once we identify a function as polynomial, and we want to kind of get a sense of what's going to happen in the long term. So remember, we said that when the polynomial has an even degree, okay, we said that the long-term behavior of the graph, they go in the same direction. So if we look at these two on the left, notice that let me see, the n, or our degree, is even. Okay, so notice that the degree is even. So when the degree is even, notice that the tails, see, here's one and here's the other, those go in the same direction, and then for this case, those go in the same direction. Okay, so when the degree is even, they go in the same direction. Then the next thing that we look at is the sign of the leading coefficient. If the sign of the leading coefficient is positive, then the right-hand side goes up. Okay, so the leading coefficient tells you about the right-hand side. The degree of the polynomial tells you about the left. So because the leading coefficient was positive, the right goes up. And then in case 2, the leading coefficient is negative, so the right goes down. Okay. And then, the degree tells you about the left-hand side. And let's look at the odd case. So now, if the degree is odd, so if even means the exact same, that's how I remember that. If the even means the exact same, so they go in the same direction. Odd means opposite directions. So if the highest exponent of your polynomial is odd, then the two tails go in opposite directions. But then the leading coefficient still tells us about the right-hand behavior. If our leading coefficient is positive, notice that the right-hand side goes up. If the leading coefficient is negative, then the right-hand side goes down. Okay? So then if it's odd, that tells us what the left-hand side is going to do in relation to the right. Okay. All right. So we'll stop there for today. So tomorrow there's no school. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, so there's no class. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day off. Use that time to get caught up on some work or do whatever it is you deem necessary. Thinking about the calendar, I think. So just stay posted. Be sure to be doing your work on Pearson MyLab and mastering. Things are posted there, and so yeah. Otherwise, have a good afternoon and happy 4th of July, and see you Wednesday.